Yeah, Pause YouTube, 6 here. Got for you guys today the 8th week team building video for our 8th week match in the second season of the UCL. This week we will be facing Nips, the coach of the Long Island Regirockies. Now in season 1, we actually faced them week 1 and we won, of course. To be honest with you guys, I don't think I'm 100% prepared for this battle, and I don't mean that team-wise. Like I'm very positive that our team this week will do good, and I'm pretty sure I know what Nips is gonna want to bring. But what I mean is that I don't think that I looked over this match enough, or as much as I should have. Like I'm not worried that we're gonna lose. Like unless I royally screw up, or like make a humongous huge misplay, then I'm 99% sure we can still win. It's just I don't think I'm 100% ready for this match. if you guys kind of understand what I'm saying, but still positive and certain that we're gonna win. Also, if I remember, I hope I can put the little picture up right here. Shouts out to this dude for drawing this cool little design of Druddigon and Beartick here for our match next week against Joey, which I'm excited for. But we're not going to get into that just yet. This week we are facing Nips, and I don't know if Nips lost his last battle, because last I checked, I think he was like 1-5. So if he lost that match, then if he loses this match, it doesn't matter. But if he won his last week match and he loses this week, I think he's like 100% out of the playoffs, since he's going to have 6 losses. But I don't know if that's already happened. So Nips could be coming for my neck in this match, also maybe wanting revenge for last season. But hopefully the shirts, oh my lord guys, the Durham Druddigons shirts, I apologize. I know it's been forever, but just bear with me. I'm hoping they'll be up by the time this goes up. If not, then by the time our actual match goes up, because I've just had so many issues, and just I'm really excited to put them up, and I hope you guys will like them. And I have ideas for other shirts too, depending on how well this campaign does. So yeah, if you guys do like the shirts, then feel free to cop one. But yeah, anyways, I've rambled on enough. Let me get into this. It's already been like 2.5 minutes. So this is the squad that we are going to be bringing this week for our match in the UCL. We have Tortuga the Mega Blastoise. We have Vicente the Victini. Horsepower, the Terrakion. And I'm honestly considering just like making the shirt of Terrakion, or like Victini riding Terrakion. I think that would be pretty awesome. Like I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. But no, yeah, Terrakion. Then we got Bruno, the Registeel. We got Moonshine, the Clefable, and then finally off we have Scarlet, the Skuntank. So Nips' draft is interesting. If you've been watching the video, I'm sure you've been able to kind of pick apart his team and what he could potentially bring. So this is what I'm 90% sure he's gonna want to bring these 5 Pokemon, because Magneton plus Hippowdon means that we need to be like so careful with our leads, because Hippowdon, like I have nothing to safely switch into an Earthquake. Like besides Moonshine, nothing on my team is switching into an Earthquake from Hippowdon, and there's really no reason for him to not bring Hippowdon, since it does just completely eat hits from Terrakion. Like I think it even takes a Choice Banded close combat unless we're adamant. So I'm sure he's gonna run a pretty defensive Hippowdon, and then his last move should be Whirlwind for Clefable in case we are Calm Mind, or he could have Iron Tail, I guess. I don't know how much Iron Tail does, but I'll calc it during the live. So yeah, either this will be Whirlwind or Iron Tail. I'm 90% sure. But Hippowdon plus Magneton, which Magneton could be Scarf. Like I'm pretty sure he could go Modest Scarf, and I think still outspeed our whole draft. Also, if you guys are wondering, like I was gonna mention this in the live itself, but we did actually trade over Swellow to Nips for Leafeon. Quick reason why, I'm gonna give a more detailed reason in the live most likely, but Swallow really wasn't coming in handy for any of our remaining matches. Yes, the presence of it could have been nice because against Joey, like maybe we could have pressured him, or maybe we can pressure him. We could have pressured him with Swallow to maybe not bring tank growth, but I highly doubt that was gonna happen. But you guys get what I'm kind of trying to say. It's just it doesn't really matter. Like Swallow didn't really fulfill a crucial enough role or too many roles in any match, or it didn't really even, like, besides Nexus, like there was really no other week that we needed Swallow. So I brought up the idea of trading Swallow to Nips, who wanted to trade some of his mons. So I offered up Swallow for Leafeon, and now Nips has a pretty fast physical attacker and scary special attacker with Boom Burst. I'm 90% sure he's not gonna bring Swallow, because that means he won't have hazard removal most likely, because he should have Swallow over Togetic, or he won't have Dragology or Magneton or Hippo. Like Weavile is okay, like he can literally just run Adamant on Weavile, because that guys, the only reason that I have Cobra Berry on Victini is for Weavile. Y'all don't know how terrifying Weavile is. Like that thing could potentially get a free KO anytime it switches in. Although Blastoise can live 2 hits, it's gonna be very scary to switch into, and this is what I'm pretty sure his set is gonna want to be. He doesn't even need to run Ice Shard, but if he does run Ice Shard, then he won't have Poison Jab, because he should still have Icicle Crash, Knockoff, and Low Kick. Low Kick mainly just for Registeel, but he should still have it, is what I'm saying. And then Alakazam, honestly, I'm kind of iffy about Alakazam. Like, we have Scarlet, as you see, and it is for Skuntank, and it is for Mega Alakazam and for Chandelure, but switching into it is what I'm worried about. But we should be fine. It shouldn't be too big of an issue for us to deal with. Dragology he should bring, because it does completely take on Clefable to an extent. Like Moonblast is gonna hurt, yeah. He could just run AV. There's really no reason for him to run T-Spikes, because we do have Skuntank, which is very obvious that we could bring. So he could just be max special attack 4 attacks with adaptability. I don't really see him being defensive. Like he may run enough speed to outspeed non-speed EV'd Blastoise potentially, which is a lot of speed, as you can see here, which he should have over 80 speed if he does want to do that. So he's going to be losing a lot of bulk, and it should be easier for us to take down. Actually, does he have to go max speed? Like, yeah, if he wants to run enough speed to outspeed Blastoise, he would have to be timid, so we should be fine, but I'm pretty sure he's going to want to bring AV Dragology as opposed to defensive with T-Spikes. Magneton is going to be terrifying, but I'm 99% sure that it's going to be Scarfed as opposed to Timid. Like, Timid does literally nothing for Nips besides maybe get a free KO on Clefable, and that's if he gets a high mid to max damage roll, which if he wants to risk it, then hey, go for it, buddy. But hold on, I'm trying to find my draft. Yeah, I can't see the image of the draft for those of you who watch the videos, if y'all are wondering. So there's really no reason for him to want to run Specs as opposed to Timid Scarf, or like I said, even Modest Scarf I think wouldn't be too bad for him to run, because I think that does outspeed Terrakion, but I'm not worried about that. Switching into it is going to be a little bit annoying, and if he decides to lead Magneton, that's actually going to be pretty bad. Togetic, this last slot could either be Togetic or Chandelure is what I'm thinking. I guess maybe Umbreon. I don't know why he would bring Umbreon. Like that just says, hey Terrakion, please just get a free KO. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna bring that. Oh yeah, actually he could have T-Wave on this. This does learn Thunder Wave. So he could go like Roost, Defog, Thunder Wave, and like Dazzling Gleam, I guess. And depending on if he's specially defensive or physically defensive, that is how we will deal with it. So I'm going to have to get off a hit on it before I can determine if it's special or physically defensive. And then we can go from there and how we'll pick it apart. But here we have Tortuga, aka the Mega Blastoise. Now there's really no reason for us to run speed on Mega Blastoise. It would be nice to outspeed Magneton, I guess. But he should most likely run Timid. And if he's running Modest, he's gonna be Scarfed. I'm pretty sure. So there's really no reason for us to run speed. I don't think that we even needed to speed creep anything, to be perfectly honest. Like, unless he wanted to maybe speed EV something that speed creep something on our team. But again, I don't think he's gonna do that. I'm not too worried about that. This also, if he does decide to bring Umbreon, which should be especially defensive, then it's just gonna get 2 KO'd most likely, depending on rolls, because after rocks it is a 2 KO, but he could have leftovers in protect, so I'm gonna have to watch out for that. But again, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna want to bring Umbreon, because that just gives Terrakion a free switch in, and Clefable as well. Ice Beam, of course, is for Dragology. The main reason why we have this as opposed to having the Dragon Pulse is to be able to hit Togetic, which if Togetic is physically defensive, then we should be able to 2 KO. If he's especially defensive, then it is going to be chewing our hits relatively well, but if we can burn it with Scald, then that's actually going to be really good. And if it's especially defensive, then Bruno, Terrakion, and Skuntank actually take it on better. If it's physical defensive, then Blastoise and Vicente take it on better, as well as Moonshine, the Clefable. I guess he could run Nasty Plot Baton Pass, but I don't really see him doing that. Like, there's really no reason. Plus, we do have a lot of pressure on our team, so we could just keep it up and try to prevent that from happening. But yeah, Aura Sphere, Umbreon, Scald for Stab to burn, and then Ice Beam for Dragology and Togetic. So here we have Vicente, which again, Cobra Berry, of course, 100% for the Weavile, which after rocks, we do have a 100% chance to live a knockoff with this HP investment. So if worst comes to worst, we can bring in Victini, take rocks, be at around 75%, he gets 74% max, we live, and then just knock him out with the Blue Flare, and then get rid of a huge threat. Shadow Ball, of course, is for the Chandelure. Psyshock should be able to easily 2 KO Dragology. Again, he should be running Assault Vest, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know why he would run physical defensive. Grass Knot 2 KOs any variant of Hippowdon unless he is Assault Vest, I think. But I'm positive he's not going to bring Assault Vest Hippowdon. Enough speed to outspeed Jolly Sock if for some reason he wants to bring Sock. Like, I don't really know why he would bring it. But yeah, Victini can apply a lot of pressure to Nips' team, and if he did bring Umbreon, this I guess would kind of be a reason why, because Umbreon just completely eats up any hits that Victini wants to go for. Although there is a 20% chance we could burn it, that would actually be pretty dope. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal if he does want to bring Umbreon, because again, we have Clefable and we got Terrakion. And speaking of Terrakion, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, say it with me: horsepower, horsepower, horsepower. Terrakion! Oh, man, Terrakion is a monster. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. So this time we are actually running Adamant Scarf Terrakion, and the reason why we are adamant is because it doesn't really matter if we're Jolly. Nothing on his team that can be Scarfed is outsped by, well, anything that could be Scarfed on Nips' team that isn't Alakazam and Weavile, which he shouldn't Scarf in the first place, already gets outsped by Adamant Terrakion. So we have enough speed to outspeed Scarf Sock, which is the fastest Scarfer he could bring, unless he brings Scarf Weavile or Scarf regular Alakazam, which he could bring regular Alakazam over Mega Alakazam. So he could have like Focus Sash maybe, or Inner Focus, I guess. I don't know why he would. But yeah, we have Adamant Terrakion, which actually just puts in a lot of work against Nips' team. Like, I'm pretty sure everything is 2 KO'd on the switching just from Adamant Terrakion, and what isn't 2 KO'd by close combat, we can just Toxic, like Chandelure, Togetic, Hippowdon mainly. Hippowdon mainly is what I'm hoping to be able to Toxic, because Toxicing that would just mean that we can wear it down accordingly with rocks, and then close combat will eventually be able to 2 KO it, so that's going to be really good for us. Earthquake is actually a very good spammable move against Nips. Once Togetic is gone, we can just safely lock ourselves into Earthquake, because I think after 2 rounds of rocks damage, or after rocks and a substitute Mega Zam is knocked out by Earthquake. After rocks, I even think after rocks and a Life Orb damage recoil, I think Weavile is actually knocked out by Adamant Scarf Earthquake. So that's really, really good. If he does run Scarf Weavile, then hey man, you got me, because I would have never ever expected that. But yeah, that's basically it for Terrakion here. It should be able to come in and just be an immediate threat to Nips' team and just be able to punch holes for Blastoise or Scarlet or Clefable to sweep late game. So moving down the line, we have Registeel, which is basically here for Dragology. Unless Dragology is choice specs, then it should not be able to beat Registeel 1v1. Plus, if he does have Focus Blast and he's not choiced, he has to hit, I think, 3 Focus Blasts in a row, because Earthquake should be a 2-hit KO unless he's physically defensive, which again, it shouldn't be. But if he is, then yeah, it should be a 2-hit KO. Toxic is for, of course, a Powdon on the switch in maybe. Chandelure can either be Earthquake or Toxic. Toxic actually 100% beats Umbreon because it can't be synchronized over, and then we can just stall out Heal Bells if it really comes down to it. So yeah, Earthquake is just mainly for Chandelure and for Dragology. Iron Head is a great stab. If Togetic is specially defensive, I think Iron Head is a 2-hit KO, but if it's physically defensive, then I think it will be eating up the hits, and I think it does outspeed us. Does it outspeed us? No, actually, holy crap, we outspeed a Togetic, so we could easily just flinch it, so it's fine. So, moving down the line, we have good old Clefable Moonshine, of course Moonshine being our first all-around draft pick for the Durham Druddigons, just showing off every week that it comes why it's an absolute monster and one of the best team members of the Durham Druddigons. So, Calm Mind, after a Calm Mind, we are not going to be 2-hit KO by a Midas Scarf Magneton Splash Cannon, which could be really, really huge, because then we can just Calm Mind up, and as long as it doesn't crit us, we should be fine. Modest Alakazam only has about a 2% chance to 2-hit KO Clefable, so unless he gets 2 absolute high max damage rolls, then he should not be able to beat Clefable 1v1, and then we can switch into Scarlet and then Pursuit Trap it potentially. Calm Mind, I think, after a Calm Mind, I think Clefable is pretty much prone to sweep. I don't think we can knock out Dragology in one hit because he could be Assault Vest, as I said. Encore is actually going to be pretty nice because if he does want to bring Chandelure, he could be sub-Calm Mind. There's a chance we can Encore Hippowdon into Stealth Rocks. We can Encore Togetic into a Nasty Plot or into a Roost or Defog. We can Encore Umbreon, and after Encoring, we can basically just get up a free Calm Mind and then just apply so much pressure to Nips. So I'm really hoping to be able to use Encore correctly in this battle. It also takes an Adamant Max Attack Life Orb Poison Jab from Weavile, which I'm pretty sure he is going to want to bring, because Poison Jab I think is Weavile's hardest hitting move to Clefable, and it does about 60 to 71%, which Moonblast after rocks I think does knock him out. So if he does want to stay in and risk Poison Jab, then by all means I will if I can, the sooner I get rid of Weavile, the better, because Weavile honestly I think is the biggest threat that I'm worried about, because it could potentially get a free KO anytime that it switches in, depending on how I play around it. And then finally off, we have the last member coming into the match, Scarlet the Skuntank, rocking a nice little Assault Vest. I'm guessing the little tip of the tail poofs out. I mentioned this in a previous live, and I know somebody commented about it, but I'm guessing the vest like covers up from the purple back, and that's how she wears it, and then the little poofy spot is just coming out. That would be kind of cool, or I guess it could go over and then she could put it. Well, I guess it wouldn't make much sense if she wore it over the tail, because then she wouldn't get proper okay, I'm getting way too into this. So we have enough speed to be able to outspeed timid Chandelure. If he Scarfed, of course he outspeeds us, but if he Scarfed, then he locks himself into any move that we can chew and then just revenge kill him with Sucker Punch or Pursuit. Poison Jab should easily be 2 KOing Spadef Bulky Togetic. It has about a 60% chance to, so the rolls are in our favor. If it's physical defensive, then Victini and Tortuga will deal with it. And then there is a 30% chance that we can poison it, which is always nice. Sucker Punch is basically here just for Alakazam. I'm guessing if he does want to try and stay in on a maybe subbing on a predicted Sucker Punch, then we Pursuit and then Sucker Punch and just destroy his soul. So yeah, plus it's a nice little priority to pick off Weavile or force him into Ice Sharding late game. I guess it's also nice for Scarf Chandelure, maybe finishing off Dragolgi or finishing off Magneton. Fire Blast is solely for Magneton though, and then it also, does it hit anything else besides Magneton? No, I guess not. There's another reason why we have Fire Blast as opposed to Hit Empowered Ground, I think. I'm pretty sure there's another reason, and I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Oh, Weavile. Obviously, hello. Fire Blast, of course, for Weavile as well. So this is what I'm 90% sure Nips is going to want to bring these first 5 Pokemon. Then the last could honestly be a toss-up between Togetic, Chandelure, and Umbreon maybe. I don't know why he would bring Swellow or Sock. He shouldn't bring Kingler or Rampardos. I don't know why he would. But yeah, guys. So that was the team building video. I do like to keep this around 30 minutes, but this time it was only 22 minutes because again, I don't think I'm 100% ready for this battle, and that's not an excuse. I'm not making excuses if we lose. Like, I'm not worried that we're gonna lose by any means. I'm not worried that we're gonna lose. It's just I could have prepared more for this battle is what I'm saying. But yeah, guys, let us know what you potentially would have brought differently. Are you hyped for this battle? I don't know. I am a little bit nervous going into this game because I don't want to lose. We are quite on the streak. We were able to beat Nappy last week, so hopefully we can pull out another victory this week. So yeah, guys, that is a team building video. Let's go Durham Druddigons. Hopefully Durham Druddigons shirts will be 100% up by the time this video goes up. I am very optimistic about it, and it should hopefully be up and just like it's 95% done, guys. Like I gave him the colors, and then the dude I'm talking to just needs, I think, to just make the page, and then we'll be 100% dandy. And just yeah. I'm gonna battle Nips in a few minutes, so yeah, later everybody. Thank you all for watching, as always.